is, and it's really obvious now. And then like it pisses me off. She sits there going like, I don't know why. Like they're coming after me, or they're coming. It's like, do you not hear what you're saying? Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Don't Let It Stew. We're in the middle of July, almost. I have Zack Peter here with me today. And before we get off, I want to remind everybody, head over to nofilterlive.com. Zack is going on tour. He leaves tomorrow. Where's your first stop? Hi, Zack.
Dallas.
And you have my
Texas.
favorite. You have my favorite person there in Dallas, Leanne Lockett.
Yeah.
Oh, she's my favorite. Like the last time, and I was with Heather McDonald yesterday on our podcast, we were talking about Jill Zarin's like luncheon thing in the Hamptons, right? And I'm going in like 2 weeks. So Leanne goes every single year. And so every single year it's me and Leanne together. And we always like last year I slept in her bed with her. She was like, I was in this room and it was really hot. And she's like, no, come in here. And so I ended up staying in her bed, but she is so much fun. So like, if you're in Dallas, just go to that show. She's just amazing.
I am excited to see Leanne. I've had her on the podcast before, but we've never like formally met in person. I think we were laughing too, because remember she was like map questing her.
Yeah, you said so wait there. So where the theater was, where she needed to be? Yeah.
So we were chatting with her team and we're like, should we get a car service or something? And then I guess whoever's on her team. Yeah. I was like, oh no, don't worry. I printed out the directions for her so she arrives on time. And then I text you. I was like, is this like more MapQuest 2025?
You're like, is this what you Irish people do? You're like
I love a MapQuest printout.
The funniest thing that she does, and she's just so funny. Like, it was the first year I went to Jill's thing, and there's a red carpet there, and Jill has like people like press there and all that kind of stuff. I didn't do the press thing. I got like a few photographs. I was happy with that. Like, I'm not talking, and it's like 1,000 degrees. It's so humid. You're just melting. So like, me and Leanne like get out of the car. We go. I start dripping already. I'm like, there's no fucking way. So I'm like, hurry up before you start like sweating, get on the carpet and get on and get off it so you can just like chill for the rest of the day. So I'm standing by the carpet like watching her walk down, and I'm just kind of looking around, and she's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just bring my gun everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, who are you talking to? She's like People Magazine or something. And she's talking about guns. I'm like, motherfucker. I was like, you can't talk about guns. This is like a luncheon, like a beautiful luncheon in the Hamptons. And like, it's a charity and Jill's trying to make money for Bobby Zarin. Like, she's so funny. And she's such hilarious. A good time.
I'm so excited to have her. Yeah, like, I have her. Yeah. I have Hannah and Hagen from Vanderpump Villa. Dallas is going to be fun. It's going to be a good crowd. Yeah. I'm excited. I had to have a call with Hulu yesterday because Hulu's like, here are the things that you're not allowed to talk about. Like, it's...
Oh, great. Okay.
I'm working through all the different, working through everything with the Hulu PR team. It's going to be fun. And you're going to be with me in Chicago, July 27th with Donna and Jenny McCarthy. Wait, you're flying from New York? You're flying from New York to LA to Chicago?
Correct. No. I'm doing everything one way. So I did one way to New York and then one way to Chicago. Oh, yeah. That's all fine. And then it's getting back to LA from Chicago. There's no directs. So I have to take a different one because there's not Delta.
You just can't fly. Yeah, you just don't fly Delta. Like, I think I'm flying American
one time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
that's how I am. Because I have to travel.
Tell me what flight that is. And then I'll probably
have to do all my travels all over the place with, everything's a one-way flight to here and then there. Like, I'm literally only in Dallas for one night.
By the way, I saw something online when you were talking about flights and booking them, that when you're booking returns, like, that's fine. Like, find the price, look at the price, all that stuff. But then get out of it and go back in and do a one-way. Apparently, it's a lot cheaper doing one-way tickets now than the returns. Yeah. It's kind of it's weird. It's kind of fucked up in a way. I didn't do an episode last week, everybody. I was in Provincetown. I was going to do one with Derek Zagami, and then we woke up on Friday morning, and I was like, there's just no way. I said, I can't pull it together for like just impromptu, like 4th of July type podcast. And he's like, come on. I was like, no. I said, I'm not like going to be hungover on a podcast. It'll just be a mess, and like just no way. So here we are.
I wish you were coming to Dallas with me.
What?
I wish you were coming to Dallas with me.
I know. Like, honestly, like, if I'd fucking known that, like, Leanne was going to be there and stuff, that would make, like, first... When do you go leave? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
When's the show?
Friday morning. Friday night. What? The show is Friday night. I'd literally fly into Dallas. I'm in Dallas for less than 24 hours, then I have to go to Phoenix.
Do you know what? Honestly, like, I'm not even kidding you. If I didn't have this thing tomorrow evening, it's actually in downtown. I can't talk about it. I'll tell you afterwards. I can't say it because I want the person that I'm collaborating with, it's his thing, so he's the one that gets to announce it. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you afterwards. It's a really cool thing. It's in the Arts District downtown tomorrow evening. I was going to text you. I'm like, hey, I have this thing. I'm going to be done at 7 o'clock if you want to have a drink afterwards. So if I didn't have that, twist my arm. Like, I'll get on the flight tomorrow. So anyway, speaking of flights, I went to Provincetown last week. We, as you know, Zack and I were at the Juicy Scoop 10-year anniversary thing. So Derek Zagami was there with his boyfriend, and he does the PR and stuff like that for Heather. And so we're talking about Provincetown. He's like, oh, yeah, we're going next week. He's like, why don't you come? And I was like, well, maybe I can come in for the weekend or something like that. So then I find out, like, my bosses are out of town. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just go on Monday, and I'll just go for the week. Great time. Was flying out of Delta. I got upgraded to Delta One, which was lovely, to Boston, because that's like a hell flight. And I got to see the Delta One lounge for like probably 6 minutes. I was like, I need to go in. I need to see it for like, because the upgrade was so last minute, and I had to go to my gate, you know? So I do that. I sit down. There's this black dude beside me, right? I'm like, fine, whatever. Like, he's kind of standing around. He has a backpack on. He's like up, he's down. He's looking at his stuff ahead. And I'm like, is there a bomb in this fucking bag? Like, he's just shifty. And I mean, like, he just can't sit still. That's what I mean. Not like he's a bad guy. He just can't sit still. And I'm like, huh. And he has a mask on. And I'm like, I know. I just fucking can't. I just was like, please, God. So, and I'm on the aisle and he's the inside. So I'm sitting down and I'm like, dude, like, are you fucking getting into your seat? Because, you know, I have to move, I have to shift to let him in. He's a big guy. Yeah. He's like probably 6'3". Yeah. He has his backpack on and I'm putting up my stuff and he's sitting down at this point and he's just staring at me. Like, as in, like, are you fucking touching my stuff? And I'm like, I could like feel him on me and I was just like, this is weird. I'm like, I put everything up delicately. I kept it away from fucking, I don't know whose bag it was beside me, but I just kept a gap, you know? So then he got up and he probably was checking how I put my stuff away. And I'm like, this is fucking weird. And so he puts his bag up, he sits down, whatever like that. I have a baseball cap on, right? And we're probably 25, 30 minutes into the flight. You know, when you wear a baseball cap, you take it off, your head might be a bit itchy because your hair's all flat and stuff like that. So you might just kind of go like, kind of just fix your hair and stuff like that. Well, he jumped up out of his seat so hard when I was like, you know, shifting my hair or whatever that. Could you not do that? I turned to him and I was just like, I didn't say anything because I was like, I'm not getting into a fucking altercation about this. We're like 35,000 feet in the air. And I'm like, So I like, whatever. So obviously I wasn't doing it all the time. It was just a quick little whatever. So then I go back to my whatever iPad or a phone or whatever it is. Then I do this. And I'm sorry, like people, it's just normal human. I'm just kind of like, I had, you know, you're in air, your nose is dry, everything is dry. So I was kind of like, he gets up and looks at me. Like I was like picking my nose, eating it, flicking, like whatever. And I could just feel him to the right of me. So I was like, okay. I said, you're not going to make me feel. So I just kept doing this the whole flight, just like touching my face and just like doing this and all that kind of stuff. I was just like, really? It was so strange. It was
Don't go out in public. If you're that bothered by other people and don't get on a plane. Don't do it. Like, sorry, then just quarantine yourself into a bubble for the rest of your life.
Yeah, no, literally. Then the last thing, you know, like when you're on the first class, like it's a lie flat, they have this kind of thing behind you, kind of little shelf, and they always have a bottle of water there, right? Mm. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to get my water. I have my phone in my hand, right? He's sitting here to me, to the other side. I turn to grab the bottle. Could you get that phone out of my face? I'm like,
oh my God, this guy's annoying.
I was just like, I fucking can't. Like, just get me off this flight, whatever that. We didn't speak again for the rest of the flight. It made it super uncomfortable, super nervous. I just was like, this is really, I've never experienced that before in my entire life. then it gets worse. So we get off the flight. You're like, oh my God, what now? This is just a funny thing. I get to Cape Air because I take the little propeller flights like over to Provincetown. So they ask you your weight at the gate because there's only like 6 or 7 people on the flight. And I'm like, 210 pounds, whatever like that. And there was a gay guy and like this woman, and they're fun, like Boston, fun accents, all that stuff. And I'm like, can I ask you a question? And they're like, yeah, what? I said, does everybody tell their real weight when they're getting on these flights? I said, it's a question I've always wanted to ask you. They're like, together. No. Like, I said, wait, they lie about their weight? Which I understand, like, fine. You don't want to, like, call it out. She's like, usually I kind of pass them a piece of paper and they write it on it because they don't want to call it out. And I'm like, well, what? Like, how much weight do they lie about? Like 5, 10, 15 pounds? She's like, no, like 50, 60 pounds. What? I was like, oh, my God. I'm like, you fucking serious? They're like, 1,000%. Like, and people come up and they're like, I'm 220 pounds. And the guy's like, you're fucking 280 pounds. Because they do this job. So they see all types coming up. You know what I mean? You have an idea. They're like, oh, ma'am, can you, go on the scales? It's just, there's a lot on the plane right now. We just need to get it very precise. And so they have to be very delicate in how they tell them that you're a big bitch. Isn't that funny though?
Do you lie when you put your weight?
No, but I don't lie.
I've never been asked my weight to get on a plane.
No, they have to on these propeller planes because there's only.
Got it. Yeah.
There's only it seats 8 people. So in this
bitch,
plane,
don't shave 50 pounds off. I want the plane going down. Be
Aaliyah.
Honest. It's a hard.
Oh wait, you can't.
287.3. Like, just be accurate about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's what happened to Leah. And the plane in Florida flew off and it crashed.
No.
They were overweight.
Nope.
Okay. The Valley. Our favorite topic.
Yay.
After Blake Lively. It's just, I don't know. Like, people have to go. Like, Michelle needs to go. She's whingy. She's annoying.
Boring.
I don't want to see the new boyfriend. Like,
no, and his cocaine eyes. No, I have no interest in either of them. She's so boring. She's like, Jesse.
She's so boring.
I'm the mother of your child. Stop threatening me.
It's
like she needs to like drag every vowel, and she's just not interesting to me.
No. There's not one conversation I can find like that. I was like, oh, like, yeah, the boyfriend was kind of good for like the 1-to-1 with Jesse and stuff like that. And there is a bit of tension. I feel really bad for him. Like, it's a real fuck you, like, for the producers to bring him on. And like, Jesse's there clearly like still feeling it, I will say I'm really happy for Jesse though, because he's starting to become really likable and the fans are liking him now. She's making fans like him more.
Yeah.
Which is great. And he is nice. I mean, we met him at that party. He was very lovely.
Guy,
yeah. Janet and the sexual abuse or sexual essay accusation. It's just, she just hates those two. And she's so jealous of them, of that marriage or whatever it is.
She's clearly unhappy in her own life as much as she wants to convince us that she's not. But I don't get why. I mean, she's got a gorgeous husband. She's got a gorgeous family. Like, I don't understand why she has this need. What it is about Nia and Danny that she despises so much. But it's like, what do we really know about Jason and Janet? We don't really know anything because they're constantly deflecting onto issues with other people. Like, it is, wild.
And it's really obvious now. And then, like, it pisses me off. She sits there going like, I don't know why, like they're coming after me or they're coming. It's like, do you not hear what you're saying? But
yeah, there
was a thing this week, she fled the country, but it was just, she just had a vacation already planned or something like that. Right.
Yeah.
It was like so stupid, but I saw this on Reality Blurb. I don't know if you saw this. So Ariana Maddox's brother has something to say about Jason. So he, on one of the comments, I don't know what was under. I think it was like a clip from the after show. Like, and underneath it, he said, "Bah ha 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 ha. It's not a rumor about the ring, him taking off the ring. I've literally watched him take this ring off at Just in Quesos on Sunset, talking to a girl at the bar years ago."
Is this where the rumor originated from? Was Jeremy?
I don't know, but I mean, listen, for him to go on and say that, like, no, it's not a rumor, like, I fucking saw it firsthand, like, that's bold to come out and say that. Unless you saw it, you wouldn't say that, I feel. And I think, honestly, that's why she's pissed, Janet is, because there's truth to it.
You think it's true?
I do. I really do, because here's the thing. She seems like a fucking nightmare. Could you imagine me, Jason? And I'm sure if some girl came up to Jason and was kind of hot and stuff like that, and he was just like, I fucking need to listen to this bitch at home every fucking day, and this girl is hot, like, look, I'll just chat to her and see, kind of like, whatever. I'll take off the ring, whatever that. I'm not going to do anything, but I'm just going to kind of see kind of where it goes, you know? I definitely do. Because I think, like, some men are just like that. Some straight men are like that. And they just like to get, they're like, you know, women fawning all over them. I do.
Would you be the type to take your wedding ring off at a bar?
No. I would be like, great.
You love the attention, though.
You'd be great. I'd be like, great. But no, here's the thing. I will tell you once.
You love getting, like, fawned over at events. If somebody's, like, throwing themselves at you, like...
I will talk to everybody. Don't get me wrong.
I know. But you especially love it when the guys are like, Stu.
Here's the thing. Nobody's like that, though. Come on.
Yes, they are. No, I've witnessed this multiple times.
Oh my God, you're crazy. Okay, I will tell you one story, which is actually really funny. And it's like, I went on a date. So I'd broken up with my ex, right? But while I was with my ex, you know, we'd go on those fucking pauses, right? And I'd be like, I'm going out with my friends, whatever that. I'd go out. There was one guy that came up to me. He was like Australian or British or something like that. And he was chatting to me and I was chatting to him back, you know, this, that, and the other. And he was a lovely guy and all that kind of stuff. And he said to me, he's like, can I get your number? And I said, you can't. And he's like, why not? I said, I kind of have a boyfriend. I said, we're just kind of in a little fight right now. But I said, I know it's going to be fine in like a few days. And he's like, oh, okay. That's what happened, right? Never got his number.
Okay.
Cut to, I'm single now or whatever. And we're on Hinge and we like each other on Hinge. And I'm like, that's that fucking guy from High Tops that night, when I was in a fight. So we went on a date. And he's like, I met you before. And I'm like, yes, you did. And he's like, and I said, I thought you were cute and all that stuff. But I said, he's like, I asked you for your number. I said, and you didn't get it because I said I had a boyfriend. And he's like, you did say that. And he's like, I actually really appreciate that now that I'm going on a date with you. And I said, that exactly, thank you. So there you go. But that it was just so funny he remembered. Because it was like a good long, like it was a good like year and 2 months or something, like since I ran into him or met him for the first time with friends. But look, everyone likes to get a bit of attention, like when you're out and about. Of course, we all love it and stuff. I was in Provincetown and some woman came up, or some guy came up, and he was just like, he's like, I don't want to be that guy. And I'm like, no, be that guy. Like, tell me whatever you want to say. Let's get a photograph. Like, fucking love it. It's great. And he was the sweetest guy. And he was like, he ran a hotel up there, Land's End, and we went up for a glass of wine. He gave us a glass of wine. He showed us around. It was cool. It was really sweet. But back to the Jason thing with the ring, I always thought there was something kind of truthful about it. I did.
I mean, whether it was the ring story or not, there's something that Janet doesn't want out. And that's why she's really trying to project all of these terrible things and like really kind of exaggerating. Just, I understand why Kristen got so upset of like, it's too much, and it's like, you know what you're doing, and you know that you're misrepresenting things in a way that you don't need to be on a national platform. And it's like you're doubling down and going so hard to try and make Danny and Neil look bad.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. You know,
why? It just makes me then question her and question her. Like, do I really think she's that bothered that Danny grabbed Jasmine's butt. No, I don't think it bothers her that much.
And she wasn't there for that, right?
No.
She just keeps fucking repeating it. And Jasmine is kind of there like, stop fucking talking about it. Like let it go.
Yeah.
Like, we've done this. We've dealt with it. We sat down. We chatted it out. But it's the only thing. And I actually really liked the way Nia and Danny dealt with it. They just like, they went downstairs. They looked at her. They stood in front of her. And they were just kind of like, they gave the energy of, you're fucking a loser, dude. Like, we're fucking out of here. We're turning around. Because Danny already dealt with it. He said he was sorry and stuff like that. And so at the end of the day, they're all friends. Like, someone fucking does that. Like, give me a drink, babe, whatever, and taps you on the ass, whatever. It's like, if it was a stranger, I totally get it. Different story. They're all friends.
Or if it was persistent, right? Like, let's say you're a stranger at a bar and this dude keeps coming up at you and he's putting his arm around your shoulder and then he grabs your butt and you're like clearly trying to wean him off or you're not interested.
I agree.
If it's persistent, that's different. Yeah. Danny, I mean, did we even really get the context as to why he grabbed? Like, was he being silly or funny or like what was?
Probably had a few drinks and was probably like silly, like we all are, like when stuff like that. You know, it's like God, and then that happened, and that kind of wrapped up. Dodie kind of backed them up. Dodie went fucking crazy on her, which I loved, because she needed it, and that was it. They all got off the boat, and then it cuts to kind of next week, and here we fucking go again. It's like, well, I'm not going to see him if he's still drinking the way he does. I can't, like, I need to have Danny on.
What does it do to her? Like, that's the thing. Is like, what does it do to her life? She doesn't have to go home to him. She doesn't have to put up with his hangovers. She doesn't have to worry about him not going to work and missing a job and missing a paycheck. Like, I don't understand what her issue is.
He's not missing jobs. He has 3 kids, probably a 4th on the way.
Not only that, but it's like, it's not like he's persistently going and grabbing women's asses either. And it's not like he's ever done. I would understand if he did this to Janet and it made her feel very uncomfortable. And that's why she doesn't want to be around him, because this makes her uncomfortable in that sense. But like, even Jasmine seemed to be annoyed by it, but Jasmine didn't feel deeply violated by Danny.
No, not at all. And it's
because she knows that it wasn't intended. Like, the intention does matter. And Janet's just kind of eliminating that and making it very black and white and throwing around the term essay, which, sure, technically, could it fall under that definition? Yes, but it wasn't. Like, you're blowing it up more than the 2 people that were involved in this incident, where I really think he was just being dumb and drunk and stupid, and he crossed a boundary. And Jasmine was like, ew, I don't like that. And then that was like the extent of it.
And Jasmine's like a lesbian as well. It's just like, ugh,
and she's like, over. And he knows that she's a lesbian. So I don't think
he probably thinks it's even more harmless.
Yes, I think he just thought, he was being dumb. And listen, he apologized because he's like, listen, I crossed a boundary. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. And Jasmine's moved on from this.
On I believe it was Watch What Happened Live. Maybe you can confirm for me. Jessie Lally claims Sheena Shay is weaponizing her daughter for sympathy and attention amid the drama surrounding the Valley cast. He suggests she's using her child to manipulate public opinion during the cast feud. Can you explain that to me? Like, what is it like?
How is she using her daughter?
Is it maybe like that does she mean that like Jesse's using his daughter? Maybe it's rewritten wrong here.
Oh, like maybe.
So basically like Sheena's saying that Jesse's using his daughter to weaponize against Michelle. I don't think so. I think he looks really good as a dad, like on that show.
I don't think he looks bad at all.
He said something on Watch What Happens Live. I probably have it mixed up here. It's fine. It is what it is. But I mean, again, like I think he's winning on this show. It didn't look great at the beginning, but he's kind of coming out really good right now.
Here's his exact quote. He said, "I think it's honestly shameful how Sheena, as a mother, went on and weaponized my daughter to garner attention for herself." I think he means in her, like, inserting herself into the drama with him and Michelle.
Sure.
And probably the grandmother thing where Michelle was like, he won't even let her see the grandma, and Sheena is commenting on that. And so he, I get that.
She wants, and then, do you think Lala and Sheena will be on next season? Like cast?
I can see Sheena being on it. I don't think Lala would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Lala didn't even really care to film much this season, whereas Sheena was there for everything. Yeah. I mean, listen, I could see it. I think Sheena's a lot closer to a lot of them than Lala is anyway.
Especially Janet.
Yeah.
I just won't let that go. Before I get on, Gen Z, did you watch it last night? Or was it last night? No, 2 nights ago? No, Wednesday? Tuesday?
You always call it Gen Z. It's called Next Gen.
Oh, Next Gen. I watched the recent episode. I liked it. I thought I'd like Kim Zolciak. She just comes across so fucking entitled. And I just feel so bad for that daughter. Like, you give me a bit of wine, like, fill it up, kind of. I'm like, fucking bitch. Like, you're in my house.
I feel like a lot of people weren't expecting to like Ariana as much as they are. Yeah. But she really kind of has this star power on the show. And, like, the fact that she's so open and willing to even blast her own mom on the show, I think people have really come to respect that, because we're really now starting to see how awful Kim Zolciak is.
Yeah. To her kids, you think she'd be so grateful and like, thanks so much, honey. Like, I'm going through a hard time. And then to do the flashback to the casino. I need more money. I lost more money. It's just like, she's trying to sell the house. Did they sell that house? For the fight?
No, I think the house went into foreclosure.
Oh, yeah. That's how long ago it was shot, I guess. So let me talk a bit about Provincetown for a second and the Sonja Morgan thing, because that was fun. Everybody, that was so fucking wild. So I'm there with Derek, and Derek knows Sonja and stuff like that, right? And Sonja was calling him like, hey, I think I might need hair and makeup or whatever. She was very lovely on the phone, like, and Derek is like, do you want to go see her show one night? I'm like, yeah, like, why not? Like, that'd be kind of fun. We're here in town. We need things to do at night and whatever. So then the night before her show, she's at the bar. What's it called? The Monument Bar, whatever it's called. And so Derek, she gets a text. He's like, she's at the bar. We're fucking heading over. I'm like, okay, let's go over. So we go over. She's sitting at the bar. Derek and his boyfriend and this guy, Alex, we're all together, and me. And we go over. Now, I'd never met her before. And, you know, since I wrote the cookbook and stuff like that, like, I really wanted to meet her. I've met a lot of the Housewives. And I never met her. And so, super nice. We had a few drinks. Like, she's so funny. Like, she'll start talking to you and she'll give you, like, a compliment and then, like, an insult. Like, in one sentence. It's just like... It's really fucking funny. And then she started talking to these people beside her. And I was like, is she insulting them? No, she's giving them a compliment. I'm like, okay, fine. And then she got up and went to karaoke with somebody else. But like all around, like, you know, people are saying like she's messy and this, that, and the other. I'm like, look, she's having fun. She's had 1 or 2 drinks. But like, is she messy? Not what I saw. She swore, here's maybe a bit of tea. I asked her about, you know, the restaurant thing and her being escorted out. Was she on a stretcher or something like that, about not paying the bill in New York City? Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
I was like, Sonja, what happened with that? Like, did you not pay the bill? Like, you know, because she was coherent and she was fine to talk to. She was like, here's what happened. And I'm like, okay, tell me. She's like, we don't believe it or not, but she's like, we all went to that restaurant under the understanding that the bill was being comped. That was the understanding when we all went there. And we were like, great, and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, we tipped and this, that, and the other. And then we all got up and left. Then they come out running after us for the check. She's like, I was set up. That's what she's like, basically, roundabout way. That's what she said.
I mean, don't buy it. She was set up. Come on. How many times does this happen now? How many times are people going to call her? She doesn't even remember on the show. She didn't even pay her interns.
I'm trying to see the nice in her and stuff like that. Like, I want to believe her. I really do. She was so sweet.
She is so sweet, but she doesn't pay her bills. Trust me, I just had a friend who spent time with her, and she offered him a job. And he came back, and he's like, Sonja Morgan offered me a job. And I was kind of like... Okay, great. I didn't like want to be like, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but like, because Sonja's a hot mess, and then ultimately like, and then he determined that like, oh yeah, she likes doing stuff. She likes people doing stuff for her. She likes freebies. She likes comps.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, But also, I feel like restaurants don't often like invite you in for like restaurants don't. I don't know.
I know, like
it's like beauty services and med spas. Like restaurants don't typically do comps though, unless it's like an event that somebody's paying for something.
Yeah, I mean, even as a chef, like sometimes, like if I'm going to a restaurant, like out of town or something, I'll shoot them a DM like, hey, I'm coming by tonight. I can't wait to check out your food and stuff like that. And sometimes it's nice because the chef will come out, say hi to me. They might send out 1 or 2 appetizers and it's fun. I'll post about them and stuff like that. That's pretty much about it. Like when it comes to restaurants.
That's the most I've ever gotten. Yeah. Is the owner or the chef coming out to say hello and sending a free appetizer or maybe a free round of drinks. They'll send you something free, but they don't typically comp your entire meal.
No.
And this has happened to her how many times now?
I think it's
twice.
Is it?
That's still one too many.
Okay. One, you can be like, oh, okay, maybe there's a misunderstanding, a mistake. Twice. Yeah. I don't know. Bumble is letting go of 30% of their employees, the dating app. And that's about 240 people they're letting go. So I saw on an Instagram reel. So I think that like I like this. I want those dating apps to go away. I think they're so boring. There's your swipe, ghost.
Dating apps are the worst. Yeah.
No one turns up. Hi. That's it. It's like we matched. You know. I think like in a way, and I really thought about this. It's like it's degraded like our understanding of dating. Like, because there's the next person, you're just swiping, and then you're like, oh, who's the next person's around the corner? Like, is the next swipe going to be better and stuff? And then it kind of keeps away from obviously people hitting on you in real life. So I would love to see them go away, because then like the fucking bars will be full and be full with eligible people.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, I think people now have determined that like matching is only for dating apps. So people are less likely to like hit on you in person, or they're less likely to like foster some sort of connection in person. But then alternatively on dating apps, like it's always so impossible to get people off the dating app and to actually go out on like an actual date. And like also most people don't even know what their objective is on a dating app. They're just like, oh, I'm here to meet new people. It's like, okay, then go sign up for a class at the YMCA and you can meet some new people. Don't come on Bumble. Like Bumble, like the objective is to go on dates with people. Or if you just want to fuck, go on Grindr. Yeah. Like there are options and apps to do this or that, but like, you know, I don't know.
And here's the thing as well, you know, and like I'm an elder millennial, like 43. And so I've done the whole, like going out, you meet people at a bar, you get a phone number and all that stuff. Like it's so nice when that happens for the reason of I've already met the person in person. We kind of vibed already, that met us each other, like swap the phone number. So now the pressure is taken off when you go meet them for the first time or on the first date. And it's just a lot easier. So like,
because like think of how many times you've matched with somebody on a dating app and you're like, oh my God, we're gonna get married. Oh my God, they're so hot. Oh my God, the conversation's so good. And then you meet them in person, you're like, who's this fucking troll? Like what? Like, you know? And then they have a terrible like wet noodle personality, and it's just like, well, this is not what I expected.
Because it's this false buildup in your mind that like they should be what they're texting me. You know?
Well, also, you're just reading words. So you're not getting, you know, cadence or vernacular or any of the, or like personality. Like all of those things, you know, determine whether or not a person is attractive. Like you can be photogenic and maybe have 3 really good photos, or they could even be touched up or whatever. But like, you don't know what a person's body language is like. You don't know how they actually talk, how they treat people around them. Like all of these things that like social cues that you kind of, or if somebody's like super awkward, that to me is not interesting.
And I just feel like when you meet someone in person as well, you can feel if they're kind of sexy as well. Like they have this aura about them and stuff that you can't get on like a text or even on a FaceTime. Like you just can't. Right. Anyway, that was just kind of something I saw.
Do you feel like people date you with an objective?
I never think about that.
Has it ever happened to you?
Don't think so. No.
It happens to me all the time.
Really?
There's always, even just the other day. There was this guy that I met downtown, And, we were chatting, whatever, just like having conversation, blah, blah, blah. And then he was kind of talking to me about like social media and specifically like TikTok and TikTok lives. And I was like, oh yeah, like that's a thing, whatever. And then I was telling him, I go, one of the issues though that I have been, having that my whole life is on the fucking internet, I go, is like sometimes there's like a privacy issue. So sometimes guys either are turned off by the whole influencer world, because I often get pigeonholed into like influence when I wouldn't consider myself an influencer. But so they either get turned off by the whole social media world, or they're uncomfortable with how much my life is shared on the internet. And so those are two.
So many people have access to you. Yeah.
And so I think to him, he was like, oh, well, let me try to do the opposite of that. And so I was like, usually my life and my job turn people off because people don't like that exposure.
Sure.
Because people like their privacy, whatever. And so then he ended up texting me like later on, I think later that night or maybe even the next day. And he was just like, so I was thinking of going live on TikTok. And I was like, okay, good for you. Go live on TikTok. And then he's like, what do you think? Like, would you want to come and go live on TikTok with me? He's like, do you think you would pull in a good audience? And I was like, I'm not even responding to this. Yeah, second. But yeah, I was like, it's so like,
I mean, that's
they're either like completely turned off by my life, or they like smooth. The number of times people have been like, I've thought about starting a podcast. Like, what do you think? What do you recommend? I was like, I don't know, go on YouTube and Google some equipment. Like, I'm not going to, that's not what I'm here for.
Last one before we go. This is kind of more kind of personal with me, but you can chime in on it too. So Wimbledon is on right now. The finals are on this weekend. The women's semifinals are on today. I just watched them, and the women's final to me is just, I'm probably not going to watch it. Just the two people are in it. I wanted Sabalenka to win, and she didn't today. So tickets at Wimbledon are. It's just, they call it just like, it's complete gouging. If you see on TikTok, the lines, people are waiting at 3 a.m. to go get in at like 10 a.m., but to just get a grounds pass so they can just walk around the place. The VIP tickets, apparently they were going for like, we'll say in the total of the event, like $130,000 or something like that. And they actually sold them for like 4.2 million. Like, it's insane. Like, you can't go to Wimbledon in court number one or center court without spending minimum $3,000-$4,000 for a ticket for one fucking day for probably two matches, right? They're saying, despite, like, I'm dying to go to Wimbledon, but that's just not, like, I can't even. So corporate ticket holders, they're reportedly blamed for the gaps because there's lots of empty seats in Wimbledon. But also, Wimbledon's organizers responded by saying they encourage ticket holders to take their seats promptly, but can't force them to do so. This is the issue, and I see it at Indian Wells every year too when I go. There are also concerns about how this reflects on the tradition and spirit of the event. It's meant to be about passion for tennis and not empty prestige. So they do this thing though at Wimbledon, which I don't see them doing at other events, where so you'll have rich people or whatever with their ticket, right? And they're like, I really want to see this match of this two men's quarterfinal and stuff, but I don't want to see the women's afterwards. So they'll get their ticket, they'll go watch the first match, and then they're like, I'm fucking done for the day. Let's go have lunch and this dinner and let's get out of here. Fine. So they leave. So what they do is they get that ticket then from the person. They're like, I know how they do it, but then regular people can get in this resale line. So, and then tickets turn up all the time. So they resell the tickets for like $50, which is awesome. So then, people can go in, they don't have to spend a fortune and stuff like that. They do that, but it's just initially to do a lottery, and you have to be in the lottery to possibly get a ticket for like $200 and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I will say, when you do watch Wimbledon, in center court and court number one, you do see the stalls full. Like, it is like, that's why it's so great to watch it on TV, because the crowds, it's just like epic. If you go to US Open, there's so many empty seats in US Open. They don't do anything like that. I just think there should be a rule. If you have a ticket, you need to be at your seat within 30 minutes of the game starting. If you're not there, we resell it to somebody else to fill the seat. End of story. I just don't understand why it's not that simple. It's crazy. It's fucking, because it is like gouging. Like it's just, you know, people can afford it. It's crazy. That's why I go to Indian Wells, because the Grand Slams are just so expensive, you know, but anyway, that is it. But I just had to I just saw that. I was like, I need to talk about this because I'm the tennis person. Okay, so everybody go to nofilterlive.com. Zack is going to be in Dallas tomorrow night. Get tickets. That's going to be
when does this come out? Does this come out today?
Yeah, it'll drop today. The audio will drop today. And then the video probably in the morning or maybe later on. And
Friday, Dallas Friday. Yeah.
Dallas Friday. Friday night, Leanne Lockin's going to be there. And who else is going to be there?
Hannah and Hagen from Vanderpump Villa.
Okay, great. And then I will be with Zack in Chicago on what date?
July 27th.
There you go. And so, yeah, go. Is Stu the ticket?
Stu. Yeah, code Stu gets you 25% off.
Code Stu gets 25% off. We're going to have a blast. You know, it's going to be a great show. Everyone go see it. Zack, where can everybody find you before we head out?
Zack Peter all over the internet. ZackPeter. Podcast is No Filter with Zack Peter. Streams 5 days a week.
And that's it.
No Filter with Zack Peter.
Thanks so much, Zack. And we'll see everybody. I'll be back here tomorrow with Gibson, and we're going to be recapping OC. See you later. Bye.